Welcome to Further Mathematics 2025. Given that the function is defined on the set of real numbers, find the domain of f. The domain here represents the set of x that makes this what? Expression or function defined. That means this cannot carry a negative value because square root of negative value will give you imaginary number. So what are the things that must be done in order to avoid the negative value inside this square root sign? Now, when you look at the denominator, x can take any value and it will still remain positive. But the numerator, that is where we are going to concentrate. The numerator, for example, 16 minus x squared. Now, this value becomes negative the moment x take what? A value that is greater than 4. This value becomes what? Negative. So it is going to make this function undefined. For this function to be what? Defined, this value must be greater or equals to 0. So we have that 16 minus x squared must be greater or equals to 0. That is 16 is greater or equals to x squared. So our x squared must be less or equals to 16. Now from here, we have that taking the square root of both sides, our x will be less or equals to plus or minus square root of what? 16. So x will be less or equals to plus or minus 4. So this becomes the domain of this function. So we are going to have this value in this form. Minus 4 is less than or equals to x, and x is less than or equals to 4. Now, of course, this is a closed interval. We have open and a closed interval. Since minus 4 and 4 are also inclusive in the solution, in the domain of this function, we can write it in a closed interval in this form, minus 4 comma what? 4. So this becomes the domain of this function. Bye.